Are you wondering how you can grow on Instagram as a food photographer? Is it actually even worth posting to Instagram with the algorithm pushing reels and video and still posts are not doing well? Is Instagram basically dead for food photographers? Will clients even find you on Instagram anymore? Okay, so the short answer is Instagram is not dead, and I'm gonna dive deep into some strategies that you can use as a food photographer to grow on Instagram as well as get more clients on social media. Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. If you're a food photographer looking to improve your food photography and turn it into a successful business, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. Let's be honest, growing on Instagram has never been harder. Increasing your followers, your engagement, your reach has never been as difficult as it is right now. Finding clients is also hard. And with all the changes to the algorithm, the introduction of reels and video, it is hard to grow, but not impossible. What you need to be is very strategic about how you use Instagram to grow and scale your food photography business. So I'm going to be sharing 5 tips with you to help you use this platform as a food photographer to not only grow your following and engagement, but also to book more clients through the app. Let's go. So my first tip for you is to use the power of SEO, or search engine optimization, on Instagram. You heard me right. Instagram is now search engine optimizable. So it's not only your blogs or your portfolios that need to be optimized for SEO, but also your Instagram posts. In the last few months, Instagram has dramatically improved its SEO capabilities. And the reason Instagram has even done this is to basically stay on par with TikTok. TikTok's search capabilities does a great job of allowing its users to basically stay visible on the platform, and Instagram wants to do just the same. So in the past, the only way to get seen on Instagram was either through the use of hashtags or the Explorer page. But recently, the creator account on Instagram released a statement saying you only need to be using 3 to 5 hashtags, and the main reason for that is that Instagram has improved its SEO capabilities. Let's say I'm a cafe and I'm searching for the word London food photographer on Instagram. Now, I'm going to see a lot of posts under this keyword, and if I click on any one of these posts like this one here, the reason it actually appears here is because London food photographer is part of the hashtag strategy of this user. Now, if I dive a little bit deeper into some of these images, you'll see that some posts like this one over here doesn't even use that hashtag, and yet it appears as I type in London food photographer. What you can see though is that the user has used London food photographer as a key word in the caption. So even though it's not being used as a hashtag and it's just being used as a phrase within the caption, it's still showing up when I search for London food photographer. Now, this proves that Instagram is actually improving its SEO optimization, and you can now use keywords not only as hashtags, but also within your captions to be found within your niche. So when someone is searching for a food photographer in Dubai, or food photographer in London, or influencer or food influencer, even if you're not using this as a hashtag, but you have it within your caption, Instagram will still push it out and make your account visible when somebody searches for that particular word or phrase. So the moral of the story here is to come up with a list of keywords for your own niche and use that in captions as well as hashtags. And what this will do is allow you to be found by your ideal clients if they're actually searching for this keyword or phrase on Instagram. Okay, speaking of hashtags, this brings me nicely to tip number 2, which is to minimize the number of hashtags that you use per post. Not my words, this is something that's coming straight from the horse's mouth, which is Instagram. Now, I shared this post just a little while ago, but Instagram's creator account recommends that you use 3 to 5 hashtags only, and there's several reasons for this. In the past, the recommendation has always been to max out and use up to 30 hashtags to be found and to grow on Instagram. So you would often find that food bloggers and food photographers are using a bunch of random hashtags under their captions. Now, the issue with this is a lot of the hashtags that were being used were no way connected to or relevant to the actual photo or the niche of that user. So as Instagram is actually improving its SEO ability, using too many hashtags, especially those that are not relevant, can actually confuse the algorithm. If you look at the hashtag beautiful cuisines, you'll notice as I'm scrolling, there are a number of photos that are actually not even related to food that actually appear under this hashtag. And so users are using the hashtag even without it being relevant. And because Instagram wants its algorithm to work with you and for you so that you can be found, it's now actually advising its users to use less hashtags and only those that are relevant to the post. So no more hashtags like food fluffer or I'm so Martha, because that's got nothing to do with you being a food photographer or a food blogger. How would the hashtag I'm so Martha help you be found by a potential client? It's not. So moving forward, when using Instagram as a blogger or food photographer, use only 3 to 5 hashtags that are super specific. They need to be very intentional to the content that you've just posted in order for the algorithm to understand your account and push it forward for those specific hashtags and basically help clients find you. This will increase the chances of Instagram correctly classifying your account and your content and showing it to the right people. Okay, so my third tip for growing your Instagram as a food photographer would be to incorporate Reels into your posting strategy. Now, I've talked about my experiment that I did to increase my followers, my reach, and my engagement by posting more Reels. And I actually show you the analytics to prove why Reels will increase your reach and your growth in this video over here, as well as show you specific examples of what kind of Reels to be posting. So you can definitely check this video out, and I've also linked it in the description box below. But what I really want to talk to you about today is how you can show your expertise and still images as a food photographer in a reel. At the end of the day, we're food photographers, we're food bloggers, we want to show off our still images. A lot of us don't care about video. Now, on the other hand, we also want to use Instagram to push our business, but Instagram is pushing Reels, so we're kind of stuck in this vicious cycle. We want to use still photos, we also want to use Instagram, but Instagram doesn't like still photos and it's pushing videos. So what can we do? So the easiest thing is to turn your still photos into moving images. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, I do this all the time to great effect. And there's 2 main ways that you can do this. Number 1 is to show a quick video of the behind the scenes as a prelude to your still or final photo. So here's an example of a reel where I have a quick behind the scenes followed by my final image. Now here's another example where I show you 3 really quick videos followed by the final images from that shoot. And you can see that all the videos were shot on my iPhone, off the cuff, handheld, without much care or thought. The point is, I want something that's moving or that can be classified as a video and hold people's attention. And I know that in my case, people love behind the scenes. So I've captured really quick behind the scenes, but I also get to showcase my final work and expertise as a food photographer. And these types of reels have been pushed out by Instagram a heck of a lot more than my still photos and help me to add thousands of followers to my account. And even if growing on Instagram isn't your main priority, your reels will be pushed out to potential clients. So you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone anyway. Now, another way you can turn your still images into a video or reel is to string together still images to make a GIF. These days, whenever I'm at a shoot, whether it's for a client, a brand, a restaurant, or even for myself, I always think about how I can create a GIF, not only as an upsell for my client, but also as a way for me to convert that into a reel, because I know it's going to get more reach than just posting a still image. And that's exactly what I've done in this example here. So this was a still image that was shot for a client. Once the client approved the final image, I actually took off the items from set 1 by 1, taking 1 photo each time I did that. And then all I did was I strung all of these images together in InShot to create this final reel, which ended up getting over 2,000 views. Now, if I had posted this as a still image, the likelihood is I wouldn't have gotten 2,000 likes. And that's why I'm better off posting my still images as a reel so I can get more reach. So the moral of the story here is you don't need to be producing high caliber videos. You don't need to be complicated. You just need to work with the algorithm to showcase your expertise as a food photographer rather than work against it. Now, I just talked a little bit about upselling your client by creating gifts, and this is a great way to actually scale your revenue as a food photographer. Now, if you're somebody who's struggling with making money as a food photographer, or perhaps finding clients who actually pay, or you're looking to make food photography your full-time career, you're kind of just tired of doing it as a hobby, then you are going to love my free masterclass all about how to build a successful food photography business. It's full of tactical information such as my step-by-step method to creating a high-converting cold pitch outreach, the 8 other marketing strategies I use besides Instagram to get more clients, as well as my proven framework to not only take stunning food photos, but also monetize and make money with food photography. So make sure you're signed up to the waitlist so you can get access to this free masterclass when it's up for enrollment again. Okay, on to tip number 4. Now, we've talked about hashtags and we've talked about keywords and captions, but there's also a place where we can use hashtags or keywords in order to be found by potential clients, and that's within our bios. So again, let's use an example in order to explain myself a bit better. Let's say I'm a small startup food brand and I'm actually looking for a potential food photographer. So I'll head into Instagram as you do, and I'm going to type in food photographer in the search bar. And when I look at the accounts that come up first, you can see clearly that under each of those names, the word food photographer has come up. So these are accounts that have actually used the keyword food photographer underneath their actual account name within their bio. So I highly recommend that if you haven't done so already, put the keyword that you want to be found for underneath your name within the bio section so that you can actually be found by potential clients on Instagram. Okay, on to my last tip for booking more clients via Instagram. At the end of the day, what's more important to you as a food photographer? Do you want to just increase your number of followers, or do you want to actually scale your revenue and book more clients and earn more money from food photography by leveraging Instagram? And if it's the latter, then this tip is definitely for you. What I really want you to do is actually look at your content strategy and what you're posting. Now, most food photographers will either post still photos or reels of client work they've done, but I'm really challenging you to actually go a step further and build your authority in your field by posting more about you. As a potential client who's looking to hire a food photographer, I want to be able to trust you. I want to be able to get to know you. So don't be afraid to mix in your photos within your content strategy and your photos. And that might include a headshot of you every now and then, or it might be a behind the scenes of you actually doing food photography work for a client. This is what makes you real and what makes you trustworthy and what makes you stand out amongst other food photographers. So basically, when a client thinks of a food photographer, your photo, your portrait, your name will come to mind, not just an Instagram profile that has beautiful food images. Now, I know that a lot of photographers are really shy to show their face, to show off their personality, but if you really want to stand out amongst your competitors and build that relationship with your following and your clients, then showing more of yourself and your personality is the way forward. Okay, so now if you've reached up until this point in the video, I want you to head into the comments box and tell me if you want me to post more Instagram strategy for food photographers and bloggers in my weekly YouTube videos. Give me a yes, give me a thumbs up, give me a fire emoji or the word Instagram, and that will show me that you're actually interested in learning about growing as a food photographer on social media and using Instagram as a platform to push your food photography to get more clients and use the app to scale your business. Now, as usual, I'm going to be back next week with a brand new video, but in the meantime, you can check out both of these videos all about food photography, making money, finding clients. And I think you're going to love them. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm present there every day with more tips and tutorials, and I can't wait to see you on social media. But in the meantime, have a fabulous week, and I'll catch you guys next week.